And we begin with that breaking news out of Riverview tonight. This is a live look at Mosaic phosphate plant where crews are gaining control on a fire there. It started just before 6 tonight. It has burned for 4 hours. We have team coverage tonight. 10 Tampa Bay's Angelina Salcido is staying in contact with fire crews there. Our Chris Hurst is talking with people who live nearby. And meteorologist Natalie Ferrari has been tracking the challenging conditions for fire crews. And this is Nightside. I'm Dave Wagner. Carolina has the night off. Here's a look at where that plant is located. This is off of US 41. You may have driven by Mosaic on your way to the Manatee Viewing Center in 10 Tampa Bay's Angelina Salcido is live there right now. Angie, we received another update from fire crews within the last 30 minutes.
And Dave, over 4 hours of fighting this massive fire, Hillsborough County Fire can confirm that this fire is finally contained and it is out. Right now, their crews are working on hotspots. But just for perspective as to how big this blaze actually was, 39 units were called in to help put this out. You could see the smoke from miles away. Rushing to fight the flames. Crews attacked 2 large fires at Mosaic's phosphate plant in Riverview.
They announced it code red as a fire.
From the air, you can see the flames on the brush and equipment.
It's big, high-density plastic pipes that are burning. I think the comparison was like a tire fire. They burn hot and they burn long, and it takes a lot of water to put them out. 6
tankers from Hillsborough County Fire cycle water from hydrants to the blaze. Past the flashing lights.
It's hell. The fires is expanding. Spreading fast. They trying to bring the helicopters, but that really ain't doing nothing. I don't know what we finna have to do.
Employees rush and search for answers.
It might be a cigarette, or while they was cutting the grass, it might have lit a spark. But once that stuff get in contact with that acid, it's gonna keep on spreading.
Fire rescue is still working to figure out what sparked the flames. Right now, their focus is battling the wind, keeping these flames contained and their crews safe.
In this radiant heat, we call it, it gets so hot that even the wind, 45-mile-an-hour gusts, I think, is what we're kind of dealing with right now, can get that heat over to something that is unburned. And what we're doing is protecting those parts of the pipe that aren't burned. We're keeping them cool so that they don't start, and we're kind of letting what is burning do its thing and preventing it from spreading any further.
Now, they are glad that they were able to do that. Obviously, the wind's making it hard to fight this fire, but they were able to get it contained, and they will work on hotspots throughout the night to make sure that everything is okay here. Between the Forestry Service, Hillsborough County Fire, and the Sheriff's Office using their chopper to bring in water that they desperately needed, they were able to get this job done.
Angie, Mosaic is a fertilizer plant. We know there are chemicals there. Is there any concern at all about those and where the fire is positioned right now?
Dave, that was one of the first questions that I actually asked the fire chief that was on scene here. He said that from the beginning there was no concern because they knew what they were dealing with from the beginning, and Mosaic was actually able to cut off whatever was in those pipes before they went in to fight this fire. Anything that they dealt with was residue, but it still wasn't a threat to anyone there. We're live in Hillsborough County. Angelina Salcido, 10 Tampa Bay.
So many could see that thick black smoke in the sky, but some were curious and knew exactly where to go.
I see yellow flames going up.
Noah Peterson was with his family at Walmart when they saw the smoke at sundown.
It looked like a rain cloud, but it's not a rain cloud.
My father-in-law, he just retired from here, so when I saw the smoke, I figured, well, that looks like it's coming from Mosaic. Let me go ahead and check it out.
Dustin Williams came over with his wife to show his father-in-law on FaceTime.
I said, man, you retired, and I said, the place burned it down without you.
I was actually driving by, I was doing Uber, and I saw a huge cloud of smoke, and I was like, that has to be a fire.
Adora Steele was with her fiance and used to work at the plant.
I was like, that looks like that's the gyp stack area that looks like it's on fire, and I was just like, oh my God.
Now, there are some people who live around here too, just east of here in Hillsborough County, and they are thankful that that wind was blowing offshore and that fire away from the plant and away from their neighborhood. In Hillsborough County, Chris Hurst, 10 Tampa Bay.
All right, Chris. Well, 10 Tampa Bay meteorologist Natalie Ferrari joins us right now. Natalie, we saw this smoke billowing from Mosaic on our weather cameras. This was just before 6 o'clock this evening. Crews say the wind made it challenging to fight that fire.
So those sustained wind speeds, which is basically a consistent measurement of that wind speed within a 10-15 minute window, was ranging between 12 to 15 miles per hour. The gusts, though, at times, which again, those firefighters had to battle, could be upwards of 23 to 25 miles per hour. So that does make it very complicated. We had a very persistent wind come in out of the east. And yes, our radar was even able to pick up on that billowing smoke moving across the Tampa Bay region, right along U.S. Highway 41 here, just north of that text you see Gibsonton. That is actually where that area is located that created that fire. And right along north of MacDill Air Force Base, you see this very, very faint green here. That is actually smoke being picked up by radar. That is not rain. Everywhere else you see around there, that green, just some feedback from the radar. But right along that text, you see Port Tampa there. That was the actual smoke being detected from our radar. And this is what they were dealing with. Those wind speeds, again, sustained anywhere from 10 to 15 miles per hour, even briefly higher than that. And it's even been breezier back along the immediate Gulf Coast over the past couple of hours.